Okay, hello there. I'm here to show you how to apply as a transfer student at CU Denver. So first, this is just the homepage of the transfer admissions page. It's also a great page to check out in general. But what you want to do is just make any kind of search engine search or Google search for CU Denver transfer application. And you're just going to want to search that. And then you're going to want to click on this first link right here. It's just this page I had open over here, the transfer admissions kind of home page. You want to scroll down here and click on apply now. One note is that we don't have a specific transfer application. It's just the normal general application for incoming CU Denver students. But you'll answer some questions and it will become a transfer application. So, and a quick note actually about that first is that to be a transfer student, you need 24 or more transferable college credits to be a transfer student. So, to start the application, you're going to want to sign up with an email. You don't quite have university credentials quite yet. So, you would just click that. And once you sign up, you want to just wait a second and then log in to continue an application. So, you would click this, and then you would just log in right here. Okay, so I went ahead and logged in and just pressed enter. And this is what you should see. I made a fake person to show you exactly what it'll look like as a brand new person who's trying to apply to CU Denver. You want to go down here. I already started an application, but you would press start new application. And if I'm going to re-access mine, so if you ever do that, you're just going to want to click here, open application. And this is the actual application itself. So I'm just going to go through each information tab on the left here. And just briefly talk about what you'd want to put in. So for this first welcome tab, you just want to scroll down, read this right here, and just put what the highest level of education you've completed is. It could be either some undergraduate coursework, is probably what you're going to put for a transfer student. And then we're going to go to the biographic tab. And on the biographic tab, you're just going to enter some basic information about yourself, such as your full name, your permanent and mailing addresses, a good phone number, your citizenship, things like that. So after that, you may need to answer some questions. This can vary a little bit between what information you do submit, but you may need to also answer just some basic information about any kind of military affiliation you have. Then our next tab, enrollment information, you're simply just going to put what term you plan to enroll for and then press continue. And for your academic history, this one can be a little bit tricky. You're going to, for sure, put your colleges you've been to. If you do have 24 or more college credits and you are a transfer student, that's the most important thing. It wouldn't hurt to put your high school institution and your GPA as well, but mainly what we're going to be looking at is your college coursework and the cumulative GPA and also the number of credit hours. And you're going to need to know the cumulative GPA and credit hours for each college you've been to if you've been to multiple institutions. And then based off of what you submit, you may need to answer some additional academic history questions. And on to our next tab, which is the test scores tab. Something that's important is that if you are indeed a transfer student or you're coming in as a transfer student, you don't need test scores at all, period. So that's just something to know. You can leave this part completely blank, but if you do have a test score, you can of course put that in. It won't be used against you, it won't hurt your chances, but you don't need that at all as a transfer student. And now we're going to the About Your Family tab. This is for the purpose of learning more about your first generation. If you maybe are a first generation student coming in, we're just going to answer basic information about your relatives and their education history. Now, our next tab is just if you are going to claim in-state tuition, you're just going to answer some brief questions. Our next tab, you're just going to submit some information about if you've had any academic misconduct or criminal history. And the next tab, information tab, is just going to tell you some stuff about communicating or receiving messages from CU Denver. So finally, you're just going to go to the signature page and just type whatever your name might be. Type your full legal name. It's an electronic signature. Then finally, you have a chance to review it. Mine is incomplete, so I didn't put any information about myself on this application, but this will tell you any fields you may have missed, so you can just remedy those. And then once you've done that, there should be a button that should say submit, and then you could submit that and you should be good to go there. And that is how to submit an application as a transfer student. You will want to access something called your application status page, and you should get an email with information about how to access that. Otherwise, you can just Google application status page login, CU Denver, something along those lines. And that will tell you what further documents we need. You are going to need to submit your transcripts for all the colleges you've been to as a transfer student. You don't need to submit any kind of transcript for high school or any kind of test scores. Just make sure you submit your transcripts, official transcripts, right, to CU Denver. So that's how to apply to CU Denver. Thank you for watching.